Hey, it's Katrina, the owner of COSMarketing Agency, here with another video. Today we're talking about the psychological power of social media. Let's get right into it. So what is the psychological power of social media and what can it do for your company? So it's no surprise, especially after the pandemic, that social media is a part of every fabric of our society. And a surprisingly large amount of business owners want to either outright reject social media or they want to treat it as something that can be kind of put on the back burner. And we're going to talk about the potential business ramifications of that and, psychologically speaking, what business you could be leaving on the table from not utilizing tools like social media and similar methods to reach a much wider audience. So a lot of things have changed since back in the day. There was a time where people would make purchase decisions solely through word of mouth, people that they knew, or in person. And millennials and Gen Z especially are pretty much adapted to making decisions online. And you'll see even Gen X and boomers doing this as well, because working with somebody online, having the ability to do research on your own time and not necessarily having to deal with a sales team is just not only more convenient, it takes away a lot of the pressure out of the sales process. Back in the day, when we didn't have social media and we had to meet people in person to make sales, you would have a salesperson there with you, influencing you to make the decision. And it wasn't before long where people caught on, okay, these are people who are making money. They're trying to make their hourly, their commission, their hourly plus commission. You know, they have an agenda or potentially have an agenda. So that's part of the reason why it makes it so hard when you do have a salesperson who has honest to God good intentions, who's trying to help people. It makes it very hard for them to close a sale because there's that natural resistance to change and resistance to somebody who is there to, potentially close a sale and make money. So how are you going to get the word out about your business if word of mouth doesn't carry the same way, or your salesmen are not going to have an easy time because there's that natural resistance? You have social media. Social media is a medium where every single day, hour on the hour if you wanted to, you could be reaching out to your prospects to influence them, consistently giving them information about the benefits, the pros and cons of your services. It's very important to be transparent. Not everybody's going to be the right client for me. Not everybody's going to be the right client for you. And I take a very honest and informative approach when it comes to our marketing, and we suggest that you do the same. You could have daily conversations on social media about these very kinds of topics, whether it's a new and up-to-date, time-sensitive thing, or it's something that is consistently going to be a problem that your prospects have to face. So let's take, for example, a pressure washing or soft washing company. We work with a lot of businesses like that in Central Florida that involve some type of indoor or outdoor cleaning. So you may want to create videos on the dangers of mold and bacteria that leads people off of their behinds and kind of gets them to action, because we often overlook things like mold on our roof. It accumulates for so long we forget, hey, maybe the roof did look black before. I don't know. I'm not a roof cleaner. I'm not thinking about that because that information is not in front of me, and I'm not seeking that information because I don't think that way. I don't think a roof needs to be clean. We have rainwater, And then I see a post from a pressure washing or soft washing company about the dangers of mold on my roof. And then I learn what it can do in terms of seeping into my house and causing damage slowly but surely over time without me realizing it, costing me money. It costs me money on my electric bill. And also, when you compare a clean roof versus a dirty roof and you see it side by side, then it becomes real. Then it's like, man, I don't want this dirty roof. I don't want people to think I'm gross, and it just gets the potential prospect thinking outside of the box. And if you leave it up to just Google alone, unless they have an intent, unless they know I need to solve this problem, I need this roof cleaned, They're not going to go there and search for it. How else are you going to draw them in? That's social media. That's the psychological power of social media to influence and persuade and to put ideas in people's heads that are ideally beneficial. Now, I always recommend have a great value proposition. Your product and strategy must work. Otherwise, if you're influencing people in this manner and it's not something that's effective that can help them, I don't find this ethical. But if you provide a necessary service or a service that's actually going to give value to people, or is going to, help them emotionally increase their bottom line something, then this is absolutely worthwhile to influence them in this way. I've heard people tell me, well, I don't want to persuade people. I want them just to come to me. Well, I would say good luck with that. And you're probably going to be closing your business in the next 6 to 12 months. Because without some form of push and pull marketing, you're going to find it very difficult to close deals just in person. One post, you can reach potentially thousands, if not millions of people. And there is no way, and I defy you to say otherwise, but there is no way to meet with thousands of people at one time at an event. And I'm not talking about you're on stage speaking and there's 1,000 people on the audience. I'm talking about individual, unique, one-on-one conversations. And when you hit the right marks of social media and you're providing them value and answering their questions and quelling their fears, it is like you're having a one-on-one conversation. Maximize that by thousands or millions of people. There's nothing like social media out there whatsoever. No, granted, you need to have a website, you need to have search marketing, and sure, it's great to go in person and to make connections, but you can't neglect social media. It is a big piece of the pie that a lot of you guys just want to put on the back burner. You want to hire your cousin's or sister's brother's wife or some intern that has no experience with this, and then you have a social media presence that looks unprofessional. So when somebody calls you or you call them, they look you up online, and they're going to look you up online. They're going to look you up on social media, and they look you up online and they see something that's not professional. It is killing your business without you knowing. Most people are not going to be so nice as to say, hey, you would have had my business, but this social media presence, it kind of sketched me out. No, they're just going to run for the hills, or they're going to be very resistant during the meeting, and you will never know why. Change your strategy, take social media seriously, and you guys, you are going to see a difference, sometimes within weeks, and certainly over months and in the coming years, because it is essential. So please, please, please take it seriously. Now, in other news, we also have a YouTube sponsorship program that is brand new. If you want to apply to get advertising space in our videos and reach almost 500,000 people a year, contact us today at 407-334-9378, 407-334-9378.